Hello, everybody. It's Retro JoJo, and um, I apologize for not having done a video in a long time. But I recently I was sick and had some not majorly or anything. Just I think I ate something that just didn't really sit well with me. But I'm back, and so I'll be doing just kind of a update video. I haven't really had a lot of time to dedicate to doing like playing games for game reviews and things like that. So I'm gonna just do a little update and plans for future um, content and things like that. So this will be kind of just a maybe a little bit shorter or kind of just basic, but I wanted to get back into the swing of it. So I just start out by talking about a few things I've been, you know, messing around playing lately on my original Xbox. That's Star Wars Obi-Wan. I've finished it before, and it's a really good game. I was playing it because we just had uh, May the 4th. They had, for May the 4th be with you, Star Wars. They had a showing of Phantom Menace, and this actually has, because it's actually 25 this year. That's crazy. 25 years old, released in 99. So I love the cover art, with Obi-Wan, kind of with the green background, with his lightsaber's green. Obviously, we know Obi-Wan uses a blue, but if you know anything about the movie, then you know that he does use the green at the end, to take down Darth Maul. That's kind of a spoiler, but after Obi-Wan's death, Qui-Gon's death, excuse me. So the hands of Darth Maul. So, but he does become, immortalized because he learns how to become one with the Force and everything. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, this is the back, but it's got shots, of the game and things like that, gameplay, and I like it. Like I said, I finished it before. It plays different than most. It has a kind of a double analog type of thing. What I mean by that, you use one stick for movement, the other stick for fighting with the lightsaber, which is a little different. I think if he can use different weapons later in the game, like thermal detonators and a sniper rifle. I think a regular rifle, maybe I might be wrong, like a blaster rifle. And I think you use one of the triggers for that or a button. I can't really remember. I haven't gotten that far into playing it again. I have finished it more than once, but it has a lot of like side missions. Like you start with trying to uncover this like underground um, group called the Jin Ha, and then it goes into how they're trying to make Cortosis armor and weapons, and which is a lightsaber resistant property, which is what Palpatine uses for his hilts of his lightsabers. Kind of mocking the Jedi because it's very expensive, and they were using raw materials to make their lightsabers. So it's kind of like he was mocking them. Kind of a little bit of Star Wars facts. Since I know a lot about Star Wars because I've been, in the expanded universe and things like that for years. I'm not bragging or anything, just saying I know a good bit about it, and it's a very expansive universe. And then also in the game, there's something that never really happens, and it goes into Phantom Menace's um, events too that are in the movie, but just in like different ways and details. Like it doesn't have a lot of details about when they go to see the Gungans and all that stuff, like in their hidden underwater city or anything like that. It doesn't have any like gameplay like the one that came out on PlayStation where you're actually there. I don't think it has just cutscenes and things like that of some of the stuff, but then some of it, like the pod race, is kind of not really existent because it's all about Obi-Wan's perspective, I guess, and it just kind of has and it has a side thing where he goes and saves the queen, which was actually the decoy who gets captured by Tusken Raiders, which we don't see happen in the movie. But you can choose to just go in there and fight the chieftain and try to avoid all of them without dying, and you get so many attempts, or you can just go in there full Anakin Skywalker as style as Obi-Wan and take out all the Tusken Raiders. You can set them on fire. It's pretty crazy. It's it's very different. Something that was not in the movie, but that they felt the need to put in there because filler, for the game. So, but you do fight on the Trade Federation ship with all the battle droids, where it's filling with poison gas, and you fight along with Qui-Gon. So, it's a really good game. It has really, it has good enough music. I mean, they kind of, you know, it's not like very, opera like in the movie. And if you've ever seen one of the Star Wars movies or any of them in the movie theater, I've seen three, or no, four. Excuse me, I've seen four in theaters. It's just very atmospheric. It has a lot more because there's more, speakers. There's bigger speakers, but higher quality, speakers and things like that. They can use to make it more. But what I'm saying, a lot of the music in game and in the gaming world as a whole is very kind of, I guess you could say, bit crushed. It's not as, but it's not bad on Obi-Wan. It's a good game, and the graphics are good enough for the time period. I think. Let me check. I think it says on here, and it has a multiplayer mode too, which is really cool. And you can do like arena battles with different Jedi, and I think you can unlock Darth Maul and stuff too. 2001, so it looks good enough for 2001. I mean, it's not a PS5 game or new Xbox game or a Switch game even, but it's not terrible, if you know what I mean. If you like retro games, you'll like it. So I say give it a try if you never have. And these two I'm actually playing through. These are two that I have never finished, and one of them I've never even started. But I'm working on these two games right here. Oops. San Andreas, I don't know if this is going to pick it up. This is Grand Theft Auto or GTA to most people, San Andreas. And then this is GTA 3. And this is the This is from the Xbox collection. What I like about it, it's got more characters on the back. If you open this up, there's a map and there's a whole thing of like Liberty City with the disc. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's a map in here too. Really cool cover art. I like the kind of, the bridge and everything on it. I don't know if it can pick up the bridge with the lighting, but you can kind of see it. But that's supposed to be in a collection. It wasn't originally made for resale without the other copy. I think there's 2 games in it, I think, or maybe 3. It might have had, I can't remember which games come included, but those games in particular, I've never finished. I haven't even finished 5. I know that's kind of crazy. I've had it for years, and I've got it on 2 consoles, PS3 and PS4. So I just never finished them. I think I may even have it on my Xbox One even. I can't really remember, but I've got it either 2 ways or 3 ways for 5. And I've just never finished them. So I'm going to start trying to finish those games. What I can say about San Andreas, though, is what I have played of it, I do enjoy it. It's very like turf war kind of gameplay. There's different, I'll say gangs or like factions or whatever you want to call it, and you are part of this one. And I don't want to spoil everything, but then like you're warring with these other ones. But what makes the game really, really fun to me, and what I enjoy about San Andreas is the fact that you have a lot of slapstick humor and like Smoke is funny. It reminds me of Friday. If you've ever seen Friday, or if you've ever seen Straight Outta Compton, that's what it reminds me of. It's very just, there's moments where you just start laughing because you're playing it and all of a sudden he says something funny. Or you're doing a mission. There's even a mission that I recently played on the game when I did play it, and he's like, oh man, I spilled ketchup on the seats. And it's just like, it's fun. It's funny. And you're bobbing and weaving in the car just trying to catch these other guys. It's just funny. And it has a lot of serious moments, but it has its funny moments. And I really enjoy that in a game where it's a balance. You can do just about whatever you want. I mean, there are limitations because it's an earlier game. So I plan to finish that one and to play 3. But the main thing I like about GTA is you can do whatever you want. You can be really good or you can be really bad. You can choose to do just about whatever, and it can be good or it can be bad, or you can make a bad reputation, or you can do. I mean, it's just crazy. You can get tattoos in the games. It's insane. The amount of stuff that they put into the games that's just all about choice. So it's really cool. I enjoyed them. I mean, you can dress your characters. You can do anything. Like I say, dress them any way you want. You can do anything. Uh, so they're fun games, and I plan to finish both of them, and maybe I'll finish 5. Hopefully, maybe I'll do more in-depth reviews, kind of like I did for Obi-Wan when I've actually finished the game and I have more of a feel for what I want to talk about. So I think we'll move on from that, though. These are comics that I want to eventually review for the channel. I'll kind of show them one at a time here. That'll be better. But these are from a band that I like. Well, it's not made by the band, but it's through Opus, I think is how you say it, which we used to be Incendium. It's not picking it up very good, the cover art, but they're all different cover arts, and these are the limited editions. And it just kind of, I want to review them and talk about them, and the cover arts are really cool, so I want to talk about these in more detail, and kind of, maybe you can see that one a little better. It's kind of a darker shade. The one that I'll probably pick up is my one that I never received from the company, but I really recently got it. There we go. He picked that one up really well. That's cool. The last one, I finally got that one. They never sent it to me, so I said the heck with it. I'm going to order it on Amazon, so that's what I did. And I don't know why they never sent it to me. And I had to reorder my figure. I'm not complaining about the company. This isn't a review about their services, but I pre-ordered it and I never got it. So I plan to review those comics and talk about them. Like I say, it's the mascot for Disturbed. He's called the Guy. And I plan to talk about what I think about each comic as I read it. I've got to reread the first one. I read it and plan to do a video a while back. Never did it. So I plan to go back and kind of do an expansive, video. It might be 1 or 2 videos that we'll do. We'll do half of them, and then I'll do the other half on the comics. Or I may end up doing, I think there's 5 of them. I may end up doing a video per comic so that I can give a more in-depth, my thoughts about the comics. What I remember reading about it, or reading in the comic rather, I did enjoy it. So that's pretty cool that I do remember some details, but like I said, I want to go back and reread all of them, and I'll give my thoughts on what I think about them. But I also, like I said, I picked up the figure that goes along with it. So this is what he looks like. And I'll kind of read the back of this. It says, the Guy, a supernatural being, the embodiment of the Archangel and Destroyer, imbued by dark magic and the spirit of vengeance. He is now unleashed on the world to bring pestilence and chaos. As he descends down from the heavens in human form to wreak a righteous vengeance on the war machine and all those who created it. What I love about this character, and it comes with a stand. The only thing that I've watched other people review it, they didn't like, it comes with this chain. It's like a whip chain thing, kind of thing, and he comes with different hands to be able to hold it. But the only thing that I can say that I didn't like about this figure, and I'm not going to open it. I don't plan to open it unless the box just gets even more messed up than I already did in shipping. It's put out by FigBiz, but I do plan to, maybe I might, I don't know. I thought about getting another one so I could open one, but the only complaint that I would have is the same that everybody else has about it. The stand doesn't have pegs on it. It has their universal belief thing. They're all about everybody just kind of getting along. That's what anyway, that's what's on that stand, but it doesn't have what's the word? Pegs for his feet. He has holes in his feet, but it doesn't have pegs on that stand. It has pegs on this little plastic piece that's about this big, maybe, and it's just clear. So you can see the symbol underneath, but you have to put him on that, and then he falls over off of it, and it's just, they should have done it a little bit better, I feel like. But at the same time, the thing about that character, what I read on the back, they created him to be the kind of like, don't judge a book by its cover. and that's why I want to do a review of the comics, because yeah, he is, you know, this weird kind of wicked looking dude, but then at the same time he's got, you know, a lot of good in him, and he's trying to fight against the bad, like in the world, the war machine. There's, you know, they put a lot of politically charged stuff in their music, and like everything they do is trying to make people think. So or not, well, maybe not every album, but or every song on every album, but at the same time, they have had a full album, which is what this character, this figure in particular, the way that he looks in this figure, um, is based off of. So they have a specific look, and maybe they'll do more of them for the different albums. You know, 10,000 Fists is what that one's based on, and then they've got, you know, they could do Asylum where he's like, you know, with the straps over him, and then there's the immortalized look for the. There's a song called "The Vengeful One" where he kind of looks like he has a western, well, not a westerny, but like he has a kind of a cowl over him, and then he's got like these two western looking kind of like Jango Fett's West Stars from Star Wars, but it's more like westerny, kind of like a western pistol, like a I don't know how to describe it. It looks kind of futuristic, but then kind of old school westerny look to it. So that's pretty cool. So I'll talk more about the comics in a later video. And last thing that I just kind of wanted to, this is something else I picked up, and this is the Knucklehead, the mascot for FFDP. I like a lot of their stuff. I like a lot of the songs that most people don't know about. You know, the ones that they've done where, you know, I don't really particularly, you know, like all the time just listening to the hits. I try to dig a little bit deeper. So, and I like the look of the mascot. I just thought it was cool. You know, he's got the brass knuckles, the bat. He's kind of just, he just looks cool. So, and then that's what their logo looks like too. You know, you say what you want about them, you know, dad rock, whatever, you know, bro rock. I like I said, I like stuff that's not super pop. I mean, they did a cover of Bad Company's Bad Company, which is really good, or House of the Rising Sun. Those are the main ones that I really like. A lot of their stuff that they did with like a good amount of language, I'm not really into. As you know, I might have been when I was a teenager, but I'm not really. I just like stuff with meaning. So sometimes if I get something that's not necessarily because that's, you know, oh, I like, you know, every single thing that they're a band or a person or anything like that, you know, what you buy into, necessarily do I like every single thing that they've ever done. I like just about every Disturbed song, but what I'm saying, you don't have to like every single little thing about, you know, separate the art from the artist and kind of, you know, find something that's in your groove. So, yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about right now, and I'll be doing more in depth and more interesting videos at a later time. I may have some other guests on as well, so you could, yeah, everybody let me know if you would like to see more guests or don't. But yeah, I plan to have some more people on, and maybe I can have some more of my friends on, or my wife, or my mom even asked me if she could be in a video with me, which would be pretty cool. I doubt I'll get my dad to be in a video with me. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, until next time, I will see everybody later. And everybody be safe.